All right, so we're back. Now it's the end of March. I told you early March I was going to be doing a little bit of spot fixing, a little bit of seeding in some of the dead areas of the yard. So the time has come. We're at the end of March. Now, for the most part, this March hasn't been too warm. We're greening up very slowly. So far, I already put down some pre-emergent in half of the yard, but I didn't put it in certain areas because I was going to be doing a little bit of spot fixing. I told you that already. And I also fertilized the yard also. So only thing left to do now is to fix these little dead areas in the yard, and I'm going to go over that right now. So stay tuned. Now we're at the lawn, at the part of the lawn that actually needs to be spot fixed. If you've been here a while, you know I explain to you every season after a hard winter, this part of the lawn never pops back in. It always die out. So I showed you last year what I use. This is the garden weasel, the AKA garden cultivator. That's the official name. I'm gonna show you here. And it's by Groundwork, but many different brands make this kind of tool here. Garden weasel, garden cultivator. You see these little metal tines here, or these stainless steel tines. This is gonna make spot fixing, spot seeding in your lawn very easy. A lot of people only know and think that you can use this tool right here only in gardens, but this tool right here helps you with seeding the lawn very fast. All you're gonna do is take it, roll up the side or any part of the lawn that needs to be spot fixed, and look at that. It breaks the soil up with very minimum effort. Anybody could use this tool right here. You don't need to really press down. All you do, put it on the lawn, roll it back and forth, and it's gonna break up that area of the lawn that you want to reseed. Now, as you can see, very easy here. I'm doing it with one hand. The other hand is free, see? And just rolling it. You don't have to really put too much pressure. Just roll it down. These little metal tines here are pretty sharp. Not sharp enough to really cut you, but you know, sharp enough to break up soil. And that's all you want to do right now. You just roll a yard. Now you could use a rake, you know, that's the old school methods. Use a rake, use a shovel. You're just trying to break your soil up. But this makes it very easy right here. Now, you break your soil up just like that, and then you can throw your seed in, and then the same thing you did breaking up the soil, you roll your seed right in. So I'm gonna show you what kind of grass seed I'm using for my lawn that I've been using on the backyard and the front yard. And I'm gonna show you what kind of fertilizer I like to use. And also, I'm gonna go over these two back here. Let me go over these two items here that you can find at any of your local big box stores. Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, even Tractor Supply. It's gonna carry one of these two or both. Now, this is the most controversial in the community. A lot of people do not like using peat moss. And like I said, you don't really need peat moss, but I like to use the peat moss. I'm gonna explain to you why. For one, peat moss is gonna add some nutrients into your soil. So it's gonna help, you know, basically help your grass seed feed a lot better. Now, back in the day, people, you know, you go outside, you rake in your soil like I showed you, break it up, throw your seeds down, roll it in, keep it watered, and your grass seed is gonna grow regardless. But as things get better, technology get better, we get more efficient, we find more efficient ways to grow things, you know, provide nutrients, feeding, stuff like that. That's what peat moss does. A lot of people use peat moss in gardens or their plants and that nature. You can use it on your grass seed. I like using it because, like I said, it's gonna keep and hold moisture, retain moisture for your seeds to germinate a lot faster, a lot better. Also, it's gonna be more efficient. When you throw down your grass seed, you cover it up with that peat moss, and now it's stopping birds from coming down, eating up your grass seed. If they can't see it, they can't eat. Get what I'm saying? This is for organic growing. It's gonna hold moisture. Like I said, it's gonna add nutrients into your soil. So peat moss is a good option. It's optional, but it is a good option. I use it every year. I get great results. Now, when it comes down to this easy straw, unlike peat moss here, well, unlike the peat moss does not hold in place. So if you're on slopes or have a hill and you're trying to seed, peat moss won't be your best option. This easy straw will be your best option. This is the easy straw you want right here. A lot of people get mixed up when they go and find straw for seeding. This is the straw you want to buy right here. Like I said, it's available at most big box stores or all of them. Easy Straw Seeding Mulch with tack. That tack means Tackifier. That's gonna help once it gets wet. It's gonna create a bonding agent, and it's gonna help stick a lot better on your grass, holding your seed in place. So if you have a hill, you know, some kind of sloping area, you want to seed, you're going to break up your soil, throw your seed down, roll it in, and then throw down some of this Easy Straw right on top of it, wet it, and you're going to see it's going to bond together. It's going to get stuck. So when I had my little side of the yard project, throw down some of this, you know, Easy Straw, wet it, hold your seed right in place. You do not have to worry about it. Now this is also going to hold moisture. This is also going to help speed up the germination because it holds moisture. And the best thing about this Easy Straw, biodegradable, it's going to break down fast, and you don't have to come out like the old school straw and rake it back up and remove it. Only thing you be careful with is applying this Easy Straw. Do not put it down too thick. Just put down a little light little layer on your seed, moisture, you know, keep it moist, and you're good to go. You don't have anything to worry about. It's gonna, as the seeds germinate, this is gonna break down over time. Next thing you know, you're gonna see a nice green grass growing in. You're gonna see less of the straw. All you gotta do is start mowing. Once you mow, you'll end up mowing out the rest of this Easy Straw and mowing the grass at the same time. So this is the Easy Straw, like I said, you wanna buy. Now, don't worry about this saying 99% weed free, because most straw has some kind of weed seeds in it. Now it says 99% weed free. I don't know how true it is, but I'm not worried about weeds when I'm trying to just grow in my grass seed. I got a little trick for growing in your grass seeds without the weeds. I'm going to explain that to you also, what I like to use. But this is what the bag says here. Same thing I explained to you. Processed straw, bonding agent, gives straw a tackiness which holds it together, protects grass seed from heavy washout in windy areas, speed up germination, water less often. That's always a plus. You don't always have to keep your grass seed moist once you put these little covering agents on top. Safe for pets and children, protects from birds. See, a lot of people, you know, that's the main thing when you're using these items. You know, you don't want your grass seed being ate up by birds. Now this is how it looks here. Very light, very simple. But once you wet it, I'm gonna show you also, I'm gonna give you a demonstration. Once you wet it, I'm gonna show you how it bonds together. I'm gonna go over and show you how the peat moss look also, but I wanted to explain to you both of these options are great options when it comes to seeding, but you do not need them if you don't want to use them. I'm just giving you a better way to make your seeding process more efficient. So, and then this is just my basic grass seed here. Like I said, Greenview, tall, turf type tall fescue. Basically same grass seed I've been using all season long. If you watch my old videos, that's the only grass seed you're gonna see. So let's get back to the seeding process. So you see me just rolling in the grass seed just like this. Very simple process. Anyone can use this tool right here. This is not only for gardens, this can help your seeding process be a lot better. Now, as you can see, the seed is disappearing because I'm rolling it down into the soil. Now, when using this tool here, you will see that your tines will pick up some dead grass. You can just easily remove it. Just clear it out. Nothing to be alarmed about. Now, also with this metal tine garden cultivator, aka garden weasel, you can remove the tines too. So if you just want 2 of the 3, or you just want 1, if you're working in like confined, condensed space, you can use 1, 2, 3. You can remove them right off. Just twist it and they'll come right off, and then you can twist it and put it right back on. So very simple tool. I like it. Not only used in gardens, but used for seeding, spot seeding. Now, if you're doing a big area, you might want to use something different, but you could use the tool also if you got the time and you don't really care about walking around the yard. Like I said, doesn't use a lot of energy. You're just rolling it. And these metal tines do a great job of breaking up the soil. Now I want to finish this process because it's supposed to rain majority of this week, so this will help me big time with watering. I don't have to worry about watering all the time. Now, as you can see, I threw all them grass seeds down and rolled in really, really nice. Now, let's finish it off with a little bit of peat moss and the straw. I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, so for the peat moss here, this is how the peat moss looks here. Very, very light. It's like dried out soil here. And you're just gonna spread it down nice and thin, just like that. And you just put it down. And you see how it's covering up your grass seed, and you don't have to mix it in or anything. The grass seed will grow right through it. Once you wet it, it will pack down, but once it dries, it's gonna turn back to this color and get very, very, like I said, very loose again, dry it out. That's the best thing about peat moss. You'll know when it needs to be watered again because it'll get this light brown look, it'll dry out. Now, coming over here with this section, I'm gonna put down some straw just to give you a demonstration on that. Now, when using straw, like I said, it starts out very, very light, and you just apply it down very thin. You don't have to smother it and be too heavy. It will do the trick. When I did my whole backyard, I used the easy straw. I used about, I think, 2.5 of these packages here, and it worked out great. By that next season, everything grew in real nice. I had, some spot fixing to do, but it wasn't too bad. Get that tape out of there. So, as you can see, this little side here that I seeded, I used the peat moss. And then this side here, I used the easy straw. This is just for demonstration. You do not have to use it like this. And it's starting to rain, so that's perfect. Now, this is how it looks when the peat moss gets wet. I'm just wetting it for demonstration, just to show you how it's going to look when it gets wet. As you can see, you see how it's kind of getting packed down, and it looks almost like mud, but once it dry, it's going to come back to that light brown look, and that'll let you know when it's time to actually re-water. Now, I probably poured down a little bit too much water, but that's okay. It's still going to work. And that's how it looks when peat moss is wet. Now, for the Tackifier, I want to show you, well, the easy straw with the Tackifier, I want to show you the bonding agent in this. So let's wet this. Now, as you can see here, the easy straw is wet, so now that bonding agent inside is going to hold it together. As you can see how it gets wet and it gets like sticky. That's what you want. That's why this is best used on slopes and hills right here. So you got your peat moss side, and then you got your easy straw side. Okay, so if you're worried about weeds when you're using the straw, you're gonna go ahead, if you can't get your hands on liquid tenacity, aka mesotrione, that's the active ingredient to help fight off weeds while your grass seeds germinate, you're gonna go ahead and look for Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action Built for Seed. That's gonna be granular mesotrione. It's gonna be a pre-emergent, so it's gonna help basically let your grass seeds germinate while fighting off weeds. It is a starter fertilizer with tenacity, so that's going to be your granular tenacity. That's your next best option. You're going to find it in any of the big box stores. Most of them carry it, and it's basically a starter fertilizer with pre-emergent. It's going to give you about 6 weeks of protection against weeds while letting your grass seeds germinate, get a strong root system before now you can go ahead and start mowing, and then you can get down a real pre-emergent. Once you're finished seeding, you could throw down some starter fertilizer. At the same time, or you can wait. Most times I do wait, but since I don't want the weeds germinating also, I'm going to throw down some starter fertilizer with the mesotrione inside of it. Now don't worry about throwing it on top of this. It's very, very small. It will make its way down to the soil once you start watering it in. So you could throw it down before you throw the straw, or you can go ahead and throw it on top. It doesn't matter. It's gonna make its way down. Once it gets wet, the stuff drips down anyway to the soil. It's gonna make its way down there. So nothing to worry about. And that's how it's gonna look. Now, all you have to do now, make sure you water at least twice a day, but this is also gonna help keep it moist. And since the ground is cool, you don't really have to water probably every single day. Just come out, water it, take a look at it. Like I said, the peat moss will let you know if it needs to be watered, and the straw will too. It will kind of get dried out a little bit, but it will stick down. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was a little on the longer side, but I wanted to give you a complete breakdown and demonstration on how to use all these items, and I wanted to explain everything I was using. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again. It's starting to rain, so this is perfect for my little area right here. Mother Nature's gonna help me out. So I'll see you again. Stay tuned and get out in your yards and fix those spots.